Good morning to you, good morning to you. We're all in our places with bright shiny faces. And this is the way we start a new day. I don't know where I got that song from. My sister said to me a couple weeks ago that that's what she wants my ringtone to be, because if she calls me in the morning, that's how I answer the phone sometimes. You guys. I don't know where I got it from, though. It's a childhood thing. I feel like I heard it on the radio. There was a radio station maybe in Santa Cruz that played it in the mornings. I really don't know. But good morning. It is Friday. It is 9 o'clock. Don't know if you can hear it. Apparently, my lawn gets cut at 9 o'clock on Friday mornings. So we'll see how consistent that stays. And I am coloring. I'm in the middle of coloring this morning. So I have I don't even know if you can hear that. Let's ignore it. I have my reverse coloring book. I can't even hear it myself. I can't hear myself. Leaf blower. When I was in college, I was in a speech class, and that was one of the entire speeches I gave was about leaf blowers and the decibels and like noise ordinances and stuff. I was actually invited to join the debate team, but at the time, how old was I? I was an older college student, but I was still probably 23, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You want me to stand up behind a podium and talk to people with my voice and argue stuff? I'm not doing that. So I declined to be on the debate team. So ironically enough, here I am some however many odd years later saying, hey, can I stand up behind your podium and talk to people? Yeah. So I'm here with my reverse coloring book this morning, and it's just kind of the way I felt like easing into my morning, because I feel a little bit like a hamster on the running wheel. Now, mind you, the running wheel does feel like a magic wheel of rainbows and sparkles. So maybe I'm a unicorn running on a wheel, but there's just a lot of things happening. I feel like it kind of all came at once, and I'm not sure how I'm doing all the things. I'm going to do all the things, but I just, every day, the next thing, and right? Isn't that how we kind of get through life? So sometimes when I want to slow myself down and step into that place of awareness, I do like coloring as one of my meditations. And I thought this reverse coloring book was like the most genius idea. So it is a book with all of the colors done. I haven't done a lot of it. I did this one. And you add the lines. So I thought that was super fun. And I picked this one today, and I was like, to me, it is very clearly flowers, like very clearly daisies or something. But I'm like, I don't want to draw flowers. I want to be creative and think outside the box. So I have decided that they are going to be octopuses. What is the word? That's what I decided they're going to be. And so we're coloring. I've got all my little tiny black pens. I've got my Sharpie. I've got all kinds of markers. And so I get to just like dig in here and, draw their little tentacles and make the ocean out of the space. And so it just feels much better that way. And while I'm adding my little tentacles, we're gonna turn them into octopuses. And so this week has been super busy week, and kind of all of my weeks have looked like this recently. I had my second episode my second segment of the Embracing Layers radio show drop on Monday. That drops every Monday. My segment, I think, was at 11:15 a.m. Eastern. And I've done 2 so far. The first was feeling comfortable in your skin as a caregiver. So that was super fun to record. And then the one that's dropping this Monday is life lessons I've learned as a massage therapist. So that was also super fun. The premise of that entire radio show, the topic is embracing the layers of holistic wellness. So I'm also on a panel discussion with a gynecologist in France. And so there were just some very interesting conversations that came out of it. And so if you haven't had a chance to check it out, it airs live on 360 Talk Radio for Women. And there's an app you can download, and it drops brand new on Monday mornings, and then it replays a couple times during the week. So very excited to be part of that group. So Mondays. Let's see. I also, if you're on my email list, I have to tell you, it was like some of the most uncomfortable I've ever been, because I send my weekly email, and that's my comfort zone. Like, okay, I'm in people's space 1 time a week. That's plenty of Erin. But I decided you need more. And I launched the intro series that started on Wednesday. And the intro series is a series of 4 workshops that talk about the foundation to the Caregiver's Carabiner, which is the caregiving membership that I am opening on May 22nd. And so the 4 workshops, the first one was the introduction. So I got to tell you the story of why I named it the Caregiver's Carabiner, because it's a kooky little story, and I will admit there was a mimosa involved. But there's more to it than that. And it was a little bit about me. So it was the intro to the intro. And then next week, we really dive into the 3 pillars. We get started into the heart of everything that the carabiner is about. And I'm going to give this guy some eyes. Even though octopuses don't have eyes that you can see, do they? I apparently need to study the octopus. So this coming Wednesday is going to be awareness. And we're going to talk all about awareness and what that means and how it can serve you as a caregiver. If you would like the replay of last week's and would like to get on the list to get all of the replays of this series, just drop #replay in the comments, and I will reach out to you, and I will get your email, and I will send it to you. Easy enough. So let's see, what else have I done? Let me look at my notes to see what else I have done. You got the newsletter, you got the Hump Day newsletter, because that's still happening. We're here this morning because that's happening now. We're coloring octopuses and not sunflowers. Okay, so I'm still waiting for the sourdough starter to arrive. So my grand artistic distraction hasn't arrived yet. It's supposed to be here, I think, May 6th, so I have plenty of time to distract myself while I'm creating all of these things. Somebody said to me, not somebody, my therapist said to me a few weeks ago that creativity and safety share a lot of the same feelings. And I was really floored by that. I have not researched this deeply, but it makes so much sense. And part of the reason why things like art therapy, things like coloring meditation, things like journaling, things like drawing, like we doodle when we're nervous, when we're on the phone. I've always been a big doodler. And just, I can't believe I never made the connection myself before. So I feel like that's going to be an upcoming lesson, radio show, newsletter, in the carabiner, all of the things. But I'd love your thoughts on that and how you feel like when you are being creative, it makes you feel safe. And going back to safety, I talked about this in the radio show, that feeling of safety, like that you can feel relaxed, that you're in a space where you're not being judged, and how that feels in your body, how, like, all of it. So that's an excellent episode to listen to connect all of these dots. And I saw my massage clients, because I'm still doing that. So I saw 2 new clients I had not seen in ages, in such a long time. And when they messaged me to get their appointments, I was like, oh, they're coming back, they're coming in. If you've been gone a long time, I'm just happy to see you, because I like to know what you're up to. So that was super fun this week. It's been a really happy week. I'm doing a couple trainings on top of everything else, because, you gotta learn stuff. Good morning, Graciela. Today, Graciela, I'm doing reverse coloring, and instead of making sunflowers, I'm making, is it octopus? It's your logo. Is it what is the plural for octopus? You will know. Graciela has a beautiful octopus as part of her logo for her photography business. It is fantastic. And since she's here, I will also shout out, she's going to be moving. And so if you need stuff in South Florida, she might have, I'm guessing by now you probably only have 2 openings left before you go. So check her out. She's awesome. So anyway, I am abandoning what is clearly a flower, and I'm going with the octopus and an ocean vibe here, coloring and updating my week. That's what's happening here. I also am going to be attending a high tea. I have never been to a high tea before. I've always wanted to go to a high tea. I have a little story in my head of how I think that's going to go. I don't know if I need to dress up. I don't have any gloves. I don't have a hat. So I think I'm going to dress like I live in South Florida and eat little sandwiches and drink tea that way. But very much looking forward to that. And then, of course, we started a little family dinner thing, and that has been really nice, just to connect regularly with my family since my grandmother's passing. And it's just been nice and casual and chill, and we just get to share some time and space with each other, and we get to laugh a little bit, and so that's been really nice. Let me see, I'm leaning in to read my phone. Octopuses. I like octopi too. I think I really want it to be octopi, but octopuses. Okay, we are making octopuses, although it is not going to be an octopus's garden, because I hate that song. I know hate is a very strong word. Maybe I need to send some love to it, but I don't like it. And I think, so that has been my whole week. That's been the recap. So we did radio show, feeling comfortable in your skin as a caregiver. We had newsletter. We launched the intro series. If you want that intro series and you want to be on the list to talk about awareness and feelings and movement, because you guys, somatic movement, that's the key to releasing the trauma right there. But you need all 3. You need all 3. So drop the hashtag replay, and I'll get your email from you, and you'll get the replay of all of the things. So if you can't come live, that's okay. If you can, amazing. If you can't, no worries. And still waiting on the sourdough starter. I will say I watched a terrifying video of someone who was really struggling with it. So that's going to be good times when the sourdough starter gets here. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and I look forward to seeing you in the upcoming workshop series for the intro series. Love you guys. Bye. And I'll post a picture of how the picture ends up. So stay tuned. Have a great weekend.